McDonald's 450. I mean, come on. No, decline. Oh, another McDonald's. Of course. $4. Come on. Nah, decline. Of course. Another McDonald's. $2. Decline. Can I just like stop orders from McDonald's? I feel like I just want to pause orders from that restaurant. Now, as a DoorDash Dasher, you can. Brand new for select, what's the catch, right? Select DoorDash Dashers, you can pause offers from a certain store or restaurant. And think about this. Who else in this gig economy, like what other app or platform lets you block or restrict your incoming offers? Well, actually, and kind of recently, Uber would let you on their mobility platform, they're experimenting with this, the ability to block a rider if you rate that trip 2 or 3 stars. This is in addition to their automatic unmatching if you rate them 1 star. And then looking at DoorDash, if you're talking to the customer like via the chat, the in-app messaging, and they get a little feisty, a little testy with you, and they start saying stuff like this, you can unassign from that customer without penalty to your acceptance rate or your completion rate. And even after you've picked up the order, they'll let you cancel it if you have these safety concerns. And yes, now DoorDash is testing this pause feature, but of course, what's the catch here? But think about the benefits though. Would it be beneficial to you to pause orders for some time? I'm going to show you in this video how long you get to pause offers from, for me in that example there, McDonald's or whatever it is. Well, here's what it looks like. This shown on a platinum status DoorDash Dasher account. It says pause offers from 1 store, or it says stores, and it says currently 1 store paused. So for example, let's go back to this McDonald's offer here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And that McDonald's gives me a good amount of volume, like order requests, but yeah, as you saw there, quite low paying. So imagine this pulled up when I got the order request. If you have this, it will look something like this. It says, are you sure you want to decline this offer? You know, when you decline, sometimes it pulls up with your AR or your acceptance rate, just giving you a heads up like, hey, it's gonna lower it from this case, this example at least, 84 to 83%. But it would say something like this. There's a decline offer button and there's a counter built in. Let me know if that counter has actually always been there on this screen. But it also says view offer details. That goes back to that order request screen. But then it says pause offers from this store. And it has a button there. So if you push that first, and then it says decline this offer to confirm, you push it first, and then you click on decline offer. And magically, at least for me in this example, I no longer see any offer from that McDonald's. All right, but Mike, it sounds good. What are the qualifications? What is that catch? And how long is it filtered out for? And what if I change my mind? So this example, drivers are posting on Facebook, on Reddit, and frankly, this is so new. I didn't even see anything on DoorDash's support page. Actually, at this point, let me know if you have this down below in the comments. Do you have this pause feature? Let me know, and let me know what marketplace you're in. Everything that I saw was for platinum dashers only. You're thinking like,
I don't want to do platinum, man. I got to get my acceptance rate up to like 70% or 80% in this marketplace, at least on Dasher rewards,
or what I call V1.
I got to do all this stuff and it's not worth it.
But then I saw, at least, it's not perfect, but at least I saw a Dasher with gold status say, hey, I also have this on gold status. I'm thinking the same thing, like, well, gold, I basically have to have the same AR. The only thing is you don't have to do the 100 deliveries in 30 days. But at least there's that. There's another tier. So platinum and gold Dashers are getting this pause offering. I haven't seen it reported for any silver dashers. So if you click on it, it's gonna look something like this. It might be a little bit different based on marketplace. So again, let me know if you have this and if it looks any different. It says, pause offers from one store. Opt out of offers from a store of your choice for 2 weeks with no impact to your acceptance or completion rate. And in this example, we can see a Dash Mart, for instance. A, do you like a 2-week threshold? So if I don't want offers from the McDonald's, Taco Bell, even internally here, which is interesting, a Dash Mart, you can do that 2 weeks. But then B, we talked about, well, what if I change my mind? I'm like, well, Dash Mart isn't that bad. I'll take some. So if you click on that, profile thing I told you about in your ratings tab, you click on that, it shows this. There, you can click on resume offers from store if you change your mind. Here's another screen though that gives us more like qualifications, how to find this option. Cause you might be thinking, well, great, I wanna block that McDonald's right now. I wanna block that Wendy's, local restaurant, whatever it is. Here it says to select a store to pause, wait until you receive an offer from that store, decline the offer to see the option to pause future offers, like I showed you. So there's no way to like search for the certain store or restaurant or Dash Mart. You have to wait for the offer. And then when we click decline, we're gonna see that pop up come up. It's gonna say, click the little button to confirm you want to pause this location, and then confirm that by hitting the decline button. I have a few questions. This is pretty new and no one else is really doing this. What's the best strategy to use this new pause feature? What happens, we talked about, you can change your mind, but I want to continually change it and then re-add it to another location. Am I allowed to do that? Here's how I would use this new pause feature. Again, we're seeing it on gold and platinum. So you need to think about, when do you drive and where, I think probably more importantly, where do you drive in your marketplace and the overall smaller sub marketplace? So, okay, I drive here, downtown Pittsburgh sub marketplace. What are the locations that I would use this on? Now, in parts, your proximity to these stores and restaurants are used to send you the offer. So probably if you're not near that McDonald's, if you're 15 minutes away on the other end of the sub marketplace, you're not going to get the offer to be able to pause it in the first place. But if you typically do drive by these problem spots, you're gonna get an offer. So when you get it, think about maybe the top 3 or 5 restaurants or stores that you want to block. So when you get it, then you can click that pause button. Now here's another question I have. So I can change my mind. Can I keep bouncing around? So what I mean is, okay, I'm blocking the McDonald's, but then I go into my ratings tab and I change my mind. I click on resume offers from this store. Can I immediately add, let's say I get an offer for Wendy's that's down the road as well. I change my mind to the Wendy's. Then I change my mind again. I go into my profile, click on resume offers. So I only want to block it for like 30 minutes or so. Is there any advantage to doing that? Because if I just let it run, it's going to pause offers from that Wendy's, from that McDonald's for 2 weeks. What does that also do? That also helps your acceptance rate. I talked about that McDonald's here. Let's bring it up again. If I get orders from this McDonald's, I told you, they can send me a lot of volume, which means just offers in general, like order requests, a lot of them. They're just not very good. So if I let this run for 2 weeks, I don't have to worry about declining this one and then another one and then another one. They keep sending me McDonald's runs. So if this is only for gold and platinum and you need to, at least on V1 Dasher rewards, maintain, let's say 70% AR, it helps you do that because it's pseudo auto declining them by not even sending them to you in the first place because they're paused. When deciding which of those, let's say worst 3 to 5 that you have on that list there, think about when does it get like the worst? I want to block that Taco Bell because I drive late nights and the lobby's closed. It's a drive-through only. It's a long wait time. combined with low offers that typically have lower or non-tipping offers, that's the one I want to block. Again, that helps the AR. That helps you probably, at least in a small part, maintain that gold or platinum status. And actually, they just came out with a brand new platinum pass. So if you're platinum and you're consecutively platinum for 4 weeks in a row, you get a free week of platinum benefits after you fall out of platinum. So let's say you fall into gold. You can redeem that platinum pass for 1 week of platinum benefits. But let's say you've fallen down to gold, you still get the perks though. And actually, I'll leave a video linked above if you want to learn more about that new platinum pass. But this pause option, which stores, Dashlink, restaurants, would you pause for new orders?